What's up everyone, my name is Kelsey and welcome back to my channel. This is the start of a reading vlog. I am doing this for no real reason. My boyfriend is out of town camping right now and that makes it way easier for me to vlog because I have this weird thing, sorry this light sucks. I have this weird thing where I can't record with anyone listening to me, which is so dumb because clearly everyone is going to see these videos. And that's the point, but I don't know, it's a strange anxiety I have. So whenever I hit update during a vlog, I make him put in headphones, and that just gets really old really quick. So I decided to vlog this week since I have open opportunity to do so. Today is June 28th, and to be honest, my reading has kind of sucked the last couple of weeks. I mean, it hasn't even sucked, I can't say that. I read so many books this month, but I just feel like I'm in a slump. And I read 4 5-star books this month. So I don't know what's happening with my mind. It just doesn't feel like a great reading month, even though statistically it kind of is. Maybe it's just because I'm so busy with other things. Work is super busy and slowly killing me. Also, I'm in school right now and it's getting more intense. The literature class I'm in, the first 3 weeks or so were children's books. So it was really easy to I could read them in 15 minutes tops, but now we're getting into more middle grade and young adult fiction, and the books are a lot longer, and they're taking me a while to get through. So I have to plan ahead a bit, and I'm probably not going to be doing any reading other than what I've decided to read for school in the next, whole month really, but for this vlog. And as I tell you that, I already have an exception. So right now I'm reading Furyborn by Claire Legrand. And this is 100% because of Rachel at Reads with Rachel, I think is her channel name. I was on a live show on Zach Tries to Read's channel last week, and I was complaining about how in books with enemies to lovers situations, I have this problem where it always either ends up that the enemy becomes a good guy or the good guy ends up with a different good character, there's a love triangle situation. And what I really want is for the good female character to just go evil and embrace it and burn shit down. So Rachel convinced me I need to read this book, and it was $0 on Kindle Unlimited, so I picked it up and now I'm reading it. Even though I don't really have time. Even already today, I told myself I was going to get up and do homework, but it is 12:15 and I have not done homework. I've just been reading. So I'm 20% into Furyborn, and I kind of really like it so far. It's 2 perspectives and it's multiple timelines, and I didn't read the description, so I can't say a lot about where the plot is going to go, but there's some kind of prophecy with these 2 girls that we're following 200-ish years apart. One of them is Riel, who I am liking her plotline, but I'm not super invested yet, and the other is Eliana, who I am obsessed with. And all the other characters in Eliana's plot, I just really like all of them. She's kind of an assassin in training for this kingdom that she's living in, and yeah, I know, I just love those female assassins. What's wrong with me? It's fine. And there's also her assistant, I just almost called him a sidekick, basically a sidekick, Harkin, who is, also a murderer, but still very soft, and I like that. And then we just met a character called the Wolf, who is, she was supposed to kill him, but now they're teaming up, and the banter is just so good. And I don't know, it's I met the Wolf and I was he's so scary, and then 2 pages later I was oh no, he's hot. I was basically Squidward from that one episode of SpongeBob. I don't know if anyone's gonna get that reference. So the other books I'm reading, I'm still reading Stonewall Coming Out in the Streets, which is a nonfiction middle grade about the Stonewall riots, but it's taking me a while to get through, and I think part of it is because I'm reading the ebook on my phone, and maybe I should just try to read it on my iPad. I'm getting really easily distracted these days, so that's definitely has something to do with it. And then I'm also listening to the audiobook of The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is one I'm reading for school for the fantasy unit. I just forgot the word unit. For the fantasy unit. And it's a middle grade, and it's reading pretty young, so I would say young middle grade fantasy about this community where every year the citizens of this town leave the youngest baby in the woods for a witch as a sacrifice, But this witch that lives in the woods is really fucking confused about why they're doing this, and she always takes these children to a different community and finds them a good home. So there's really no reason for this community to be leaving their babies with this woman. But our story starts when the community leaves a baby, and this witch, on her way to find her a good home, accidentally feeds her moonlight instead of starlight and makes her magical. So she can't just give this baby to a human family because the magic could be unpredictable and she could hurt someone. So I'm kind of at the point where this witch family and these creatures that live in the woods are raising this human magical baby. It's cute and funny so far. I feel like I'm really gonna like it, but we'll see where the plot goes. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm reading right now. I will probably be reading a lot more of Furyborn today because I'm getting super into it. But right now, I really, really have to start my homework. It's due tomorrow at noon and I have to work in the morning, so it has to get done today. I don't want to do it though. Oh well. Okay, time to grab lunch. What's up? It is Monday night. It's been a long day of work and meetings that I forgot about until today, so that was a little stressful. I just got done doing like a bunch of homework prep work, and this is like an endless spiral I always get myself into where I know I have assignments coming up, and instead of actually doing any of the assignments, I get ready for all of the assignments. So I mean, I guess it's good to have it prepared, but wouldn't it be better to actually finish something? I don't know. I'm getting ready for bed, so I'm just going to chat with you while I do that. I listened to my audiobook while I finished cleaning, and actually one of the pros of like desperately avoiding doing my homework is that my house is fucking spotless now. It looks so good. So that's like one benefit of dreading an assignment. There's this thing, like people with ADHD always get shit for being lazy, and it's like, I'm not lazy, I just will do anything else than what I actually need to do. So it's a problem, but I got it done eventually, and now my house is also clean, so I'm 100% sure my doctor would argue with me on that and tell me that that's not like the healthiest way of thinking about things. Oh well. I'm like 30% into... No, I'm even farther. I'm like 35% of the way into The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and I'm really enjoying it. It definitely gives me like fairy tale vibes. And I already kind of told you what the beginning was about, but there's also a second perspective. A boy from the city who was there when this little girl was left in the woods for the witch, and it has like weighed on him ever since. So you get his perspective and you get the witch's perspective. But so far, there's only been one little section from the actual girl who is magical now. So, I don't know, that's kind of unexpected, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm also... What else have I read today? I read a bit more of Furyborn, which I'm still really feeling it. I love Eliana so much, and she's one of the perspective characters. I never said what Furyborn was about. Oh my god. So Furyborn is a young adult fantasy by Claire Legrand. I barely read the synopsis, so I only remember that there are two perspectives, hundreds of years apart, and there's like a prophecy that the two queens will come, the Blood Queen and the Sun Queen. So one of our perspectives is from the Blood Queen, and the other is hundreds of years later, and you don't really know how they're connected, so that's kind of the mystery going on here. So Riel is the foretold Blood Queen, as far as we know, and Eliana is an assassin, and I just love Eliana so much. She's so dramatic and also like confident, and I like that in a character. And in Furyborn right now, I'm getting to this part where like things are really heating up for Eliana, and I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. Things are really heating up for them, and I'm like, I keep doing this thing where I think about what's going to happen, and I'm like, okay, so Eliana and her brother are going to leave the city safely, even though I know I'm only 20% into the book, and definitely something is going to go wrong, but somehow I'm still hopeful that everything will be fine. Tonight I also finished making my TBRs for the Pop Culture Readathon and the Fuckathon that Naraya Reads does. Pop Culture Readathon has a couple of posts, I don't remember all of them. Most of my next month is all taken up with required reading for school. And they're books I chose, so I am actually interested in them, but that didn't give me a lot of freedom when selecting prompts. So I have like, oh my god, so many books. Like 9 or 10 books on my reading list for this month, and I have to read them. This is not an optional TBR thing. I have to read them for school. So it's going to be a stressful month. It's also going to be a very YA heavy month, just because this class I'm taking is literature for children and young adults, so that's to be expected. I did add one adult romance because I have an arc of it and it just sounds fun and I need something fun, but it's called Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, and it's like, I don't know, fake dating trope, and one of them is famous and they fake date for like some sort of media thing, and that's like catnip to me, so that'll be fun. I'm about to go to bed and I think I'm going to read Furyborn, but I might watch TV. I started watching Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is a show from like several years ago on the CW, and it's like a musical TV show, which I'm like super not into. I don't watch musicals ever, but I saw the one song, I think it's from season 2, with one of the main characters, Daryl, who's bisexual, doing a whole song about being bisexual, and I was like, this looks like some fun shit. So I'm already on like episode 14. I started this weekend. It's embarrassing. I also have to have a snack like right now. I'm really hungry. I think I'm just gonna have jam and crackers. Everything in my house is out of dessert. Like I would usually have cereal or something, but I'm out of milk. All right, back to reading. What's up? It is, shit, what day is it? It's Tuesday evening. I just watered the plants. So I already said my boyfriend's out of town, that's why I'm doing this vlog, but Basil, please. I was charged with watering the plants. Do you want some attention? Come on. She always does this. She doesn't just want me to pet her, she wants me to pick her up and put her on my lap. Yeah? Is that what you want? Say hi. Oh my god, she looks so grumpy. Where was I? Something about watering plants. I tend to kill plants very, very quickly. My boyfriend is in charge of everything that grows in our yard. But he's gone, so I had to water them. They're still alive and they look good, so for the record. Cat, please. I am at 50% into The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and I'm really enjoying it. It is a middle grade, but it's touching on some like pretty heavy themes. Like, a big theme is definitely grief and sorrow, and that kind of surprised me. I don't know why. This middle grade pretty much talks about everything that all literature talks about, only with a different tone, but it's really good. I'm really liking the magic. I'm really liking, now that Luna, the girl who drank the moon, is getting older, we're getting her perspective too, and I really like her voice. She definitely sounds like an 11-12-year-old, and the way, I just like the way she interacts with these like people in her little found family situation. So that's going well. I'm still reading Furyborn, but I haven't gotten any farther. I was thinking today and doing the math for my class and realized that I have to read 3 books before Sunday in order to submit this assignment, this reading review. And it is Tuesday, so I have to get started on that. And this weekend is a holiday weekend, of course, so my sister's going to be in town, so that means I really want to get this done kind of early. So right now I have to start Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Marika Tamaki and Rosemary Valero Ocado. This is a graphic novel, so hopefully I'll be able to read it quick. And I don't really know what it's about. I've heard it's kind of centers an unhealthy relationship, so that should be interesting. Even though really all I want to do is read Furyborn. That's what I want. After this, I also have to read Feathers by Jacqueline Woodson, but I have the ebook of that, so I can't show it to you. And then last, but I think that's a short one. It's a middle grade, so hopefully it'll be a quick read. And then I also have to read The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds. I read Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds a couple weeks ago for the same class, and I really loved it. That was a book novel in verse though, so this will be a little different. But I have hope that I'll like it because I really enjoy Jason Reynolds' writing style. And I've also seen Jason Reynolds on a few like author panels, and he did an interview at the end of the audiobook for Long Way Down that was really interesting, so hopefully that's good. As far as tonight goes, yeah, I really just have to get that reading done. I have to film 2 videos tomorrow. Hopefully I can film both of them. And one of them is my second quarter goals update, and the other is my June wrap-up. The goals update is not going to take long, maybe 15 minutes. The wrap-up, they always take me forever, and I read a weird number of books last month, like a lot, and I liked them a lot. And usually when I like a book, I talk about it for a long time, so that one might take a while. And I think that's it. I just have to do homework the rest of the night, and this homework involves reading, so. Don't be grumpy. Say hi. Look at the camera. Oh, look how pretty you are. Oh my god, I'm being really weird. what's up? It is Wednesday, but it's actually Wednesday like a week after I last filmed. I'm just, this always happens in my vlogs where I'm like super into it and then like I forget one day and then I'm like, why bother? And then a week later I have to edit it and close it out after I've forgotten everything I was doing. So I think this is just how it is now. So I'm just going to update you on like what I was reading and what I finished and go from there. I honestly don't remember the last time I filmed, but I'm pretty sure I was starting Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, which I finished and really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. It's like a young adult contemporary set in this high school where there's a girl who has a girlfriend that's not a good girlfriend. Like, she's emotionally manipulative and she's always flirting with other girls and breaking up with her. So Laura Dean keeps breaking up with me, and because of this relationship, the main character Freddie is like neglecting her other friendships, and it's a very character-driven story. I really enjoyed it. It did feel like it dragged a little bit, but overall liked it. And I don't know if you ever had like a really shitty significant other in high school. You might relate. I'm still listening to The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and I'd say I still like it, but it's a middle grade fantasy, and I don't know how much it will actually appeal to that audience. I guess I'm a little confused about it because it's very long, for one, and I do feel like the story is dragging out quite a bit. Like, there are some things that could have been done a little faster in a little more compressed way, and also the language is like really traditional fairy tale style. Like, it uses really formal language, and I just don't know that like a 7th grader is going to gravitate towards that. I don't know. It's a little confusing for me. But I do like the story and I like the characters, so I guess that's the appeal. I guess I should say that I didn't have time to read any more of Fury Born, which I'm a little upset about because I'm super into it, 20% right now, and it's so good. I just don't have time. I have all this reading to do for school, and there's 3 books a week, and like they're so much longer than I imagined. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was like really prepared for this class, and I was like getting really ahead on my reading, and I was not. So, also, I read, I made a little note here. I also read The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds. This was for my class, but I actually really loved it and gave it 5 stars. It's a young adult contemporary about a boy who's dealing with the death of his mother, who died unexpectedly, and in order to help out at home, he tries to get a part-time job, and he ends up taking work at the funeral home where his mom's funeral took place with a man called Mr. Ray, and it's really an exploration of grief and healing. And there's also there's just this great relationship between him and Mr. Ray, the owner of this funeral home, who is like kind of a pseudo uncle figure. And I just really enjoyed the way they interacted with each other. There's also like a little bit of a romance, but it's not romance heavy. It's just a very natural experience for a teenage boy who has a crush on a girl and they're going on first dates. So it's not like a happily ever after story, but man, I just really liked it. 5 stars. So that's 2 Jason Reynolds books I've read for this class. I gave them both 5 stars, so it's safe to say that I'll be reading more Jason Reynolds. Just really good. Let's see, I also read Feathers by Jacqueline Woodson, which is a middle grade book. I mean, actually, it's really more of a children's book. I think this girl is only in, maybe it is 6th grade. So middle grade, but probably late elementary would be a good age group too. And it's sort of a historical fiction. It takes place in the early 70s, shortly after the Vietnam War, and the schools are technically desegregated, but because of the way neighborhoods are divided, the white people live on one side of the city and the black people live on the other side of the city. So for the most part, the schools are still segregated. And one day in class, a new boy comes to their class who is white, but he says he's not white, and he moved here from the other side of the city because he thought it would be better for his family. And this new kid gets bullied because he's a white kid at black school, and our main character is standing up to bullies and trying to figure out what's right for her and what kind of person she's going to be, but she's also having struggles at home. I want to say struggles, but she has to help her family deal because her mom is pregnant again after having several miscarriages in her life. So, you know, there's a lot of rest that she has to do, and her brother, her brother is deaf, they have to take on a little more responsibility and be more careful around their mother. It was a very short book, I think only like 150 pages. I enjoyed it. It's not like a new favorite or anything. I'll read more Jacqueline Woodson because I feel like maybe this wasn't the best introduction to it, but I did really like the main character and her character growth throughout the book. This is basically becoming a wrap-up. This is just a wrap-up of the last week. But those are all, I think those are all the books I've finished. What else am I currently reading? Oh, I still haven't finished Stonewall Coming Out in the Streets, which is the other ebook I was currently reading, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to finish it. I just don't have the time. I'm not that interested in it, and someone else is waiting for it, so I can't put it on hold again. I can't check it out again. Okay, I think that's all I have to talk about. I hope this vlog didn't suck. I don't remember what my footage looks like. I have to edit it after I upload this clip. I don't remember. I just don't. I hope it was entertaining. Enjoy this mess. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I post book-related videos every Wednesday. If you want to keep talking, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Kelsey Reads or Goodreads at Kelsey Lynn Reads. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.